Wild Rose had always felt a little out of place on her family's farm. While their parents spent their days tending crops and wrangling livestock, Rose often wandered the dense forest that bordered their land. With her golden hair catching the sunlight and her quick mind hungry for adventure, she earned her nickname from the way she seemed to bloom in the wilderness. One crisp autumn morning, she stumbled upon something that didn't belong among the pines and oaks. It was a gleaming silver craft, smooth as glass and humming, faintly half buried in a grove of mossy stones. Her heart raced. She approached cautiously, brushing her fingers along its cool metallic surface. The craft's door slid open, revealing a faint blue light that seemed to beckon her inside. Curiosity won over fear. Inside, the craft's walls pulsed with soft light, and a strange console lit up before her. The symbols were like nothing she'd ever seen, but the ship seemed to sense her presence. Before she could think twice, the craft vibrated, lifted, and shot into the sky. Subsided, Rose found herself in orbit around a massive alien space station. Its design was organic, like a shell spiraled into eternity. Aliens with shimmering, translucent skin greeted her, not with words, but with images that flooded her mind. They were desperate. A plague ravaged their people, and their advanced medicine couldn't keep up. Their leader, a wise and weary figure named Elor, showed her the craft she'd found was no ordinary ship. It was a temporal vessel. If she could journey into Earth's past, she might find the origin of the rare plant that could synthesize a cure. Rose agreed without hesitation. The aliens provided her with a translation device and a data crystal with the plant's image, a delicate blue flower with silver veins. Her task was to find where and when it grew in abundance and bring its seeds back to the station. The ship's console lit up as Rose entered the data. A rush of light enveloped her, and she braced herself for the unknown. The air shifted, warm and dry. As the ship touched down, she stepped out into a prehistoric jungle teeming with life. Dinosaurs roared in the distance, and towering ferns swayed in the breeze. The flower she sought glimmered in a clearing, growing from the roots of an ancient tree. But retrieving it would mean navigating a world both breathtaking and perilous. As Rose crouched to examine the first bloom, a shadow fell over her. Something large stirred behind the trees. Her adventure was just beginning. Where will she go next?
To tell you all a story of some amazing adventures I've had. But first, I need to introduce myself. My friends call me Wild Rose. I'm from the west coast of Canada, a farm girl, being raised on a dairy farm. I've had the opportunity to learn all sorts of useful things. I know how to operate tractors and other machinery, and how to repair just about anything. I can weld, change oil, replace parts, rebuild a motor, change a tire. A dairy farmer's daughter know plants as well, how and when they grow, planting and fertilizing, the seasons and weather patterns. Everything from seed to harvest and how it all ties together. I know where the food we eat comes from and what makes medicine or poison. Or both. Being a dairy farmer's daughter, I know a lot about animals as well. From breeding and feeding to patching up wounds and giving birth. I know what it takes. Even how to ease them being calm as they take their last breath. I really do have a good grasp on the cycle of life. I love to wander in the forest. I listened to the birds and the wind in the trees. I would sit in the forest and feel it breathe and move around me. I've known for years that trees sleep at night, and it's the morning bird song that wakes them up again. Science only just discovered this recently. Walking in the woods one evening, I discover a large UFO sitting quietly in a clearing. I've seen them before, in the sky. But this one was just sitting on the ground. I looked around the mysterious craft and found a hand-shaped depression. It looked like it was meant for a 6-fingered hand, but when I placed my hand there, it tingled, and a door opened for me into the interior of the UFO. Curious, I went inside to look around. The UFO I discovered in the woods has taken me to an alien space station. They're dying of a virus and in desperate need of a cure. The UFO I found and my ability to pilot it seemed to be key to finding that cure. Somehow, my piloting and the UFO AI allow time travel if we work together.